Yo, what's up, good people? How y'all feeling out there, man? We want to thank y'all for tuning in and welcome y'all to episode 8 of Cant and San Fran. I'm half of your host, Reef Ledger.
And I'm no joke, the growth.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, we wanna get right into it, man. This was a game we've been looking for, you know what I mean? And and we didn't get the outcome that we thought that we thought we was gonna see. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, yeah. I mean, I want to get your take and your opinion on it. We'll get right into it, man. San Francisco 49ers 19, the Baltimore Ravens 33 goddamn points. No joke. What's the good, the bad, and first of all, before we even get to that, man, how you feeling today? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm all right, man. I'm tired. I've been being harassed by multiple people. Donald Hill from over there in the Dallas Duo, he's been harassing me all week. A bunch of people in my More Flowers group, they've been harassing me, just calling me out. People in the 3-man weave group calling me out, and I'm being harassed. But I'm here though. I'm here. I'm not hiding. I'm not hiding. I'm here. You want me to go into my take for the game?
Yeah, man. I mean, before you go, I'll say he not stopping. He'll not stopping today. I think before we go to the top, I'm all right, man. You know what I mean? I'm here. You know what I'm saying? It was a humbling experience we just witnessed. I'll let you start it off. No joke, man. You know how we do. Good, bad, the ugly of the game. The people want to hear from you, the number one troller of all time.
I ate some humble pie today, man, or Sunday. I came back down to reality. I feel like Baltimore beat us in all phases. I thought we had better linebackers. Their linebackers were quicker. I knew our corners were suspect. Their cornerbacks were better. Their defensive line was. I thought we had the better defensive line. Their defensive line was better.
Wait, you thought our cornerbacks were suspect?
No, yeah, I thought we were kind of suspect. I thought we were kind of suspect, but Ambry and them, we were making some noise. You know what I'm saying? But just to see us get manhandled like that, like I never seen. I don't think in the last 2 years, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, that we've been beaten that bad. I haven't seen us get beaten that bad since Kyle Shanahan has been in San Francisco. And it was just it was humiliating, man. And we played horrible, but I think it was all ugly. Brock Purdy played he played ugly, even though the 4 interceptions, two of them wasn't his fault. Maybe 3 of them wasn't really his fault. He tried to make a tight throw, but CMC was good. I think Kyle Shanahan, his whole game plan was wrong. We should have ran the ball first. We should have ran the ball. I agree with you because I know that's what you're gonna say. That's what you're gonna say. We should have ran the ball. I agree. But even with Brock Purdy games that he's good, we still running the ball. So why did we come out pass happy? Like we gonna prove Brock Purdy is the MVP? No, let it come naturally. I feel like we forced it. And we kept forcing it. And he threw 4 picks. Defensively, where was Bosa? Where was our defensive line? Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson, 2 different quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson he just owned us. And I'm not a big fan of Lamar Jackson. But he has shown me that he can throw from the pocket. He can throw from the pocket, and he's sticking in the pocket. Man, they just beat us in all phases. And I'm just so disappointed. But I would say the good out of this is And I see Hill with his comments, but the good out of this is I think Cal, when we meet them in the Super Bowl, I think we're gonna be more prepared, and he'll call a better game where he's running the ball a little more because they just beat us up. IU came alive late, but to me in the beginning of the game he was not a factor. I don't know if it was the play calling or what. I don't know. I just thought we should have went to Ayuk more. We should have went to Debo a little bit more. We started the game off hot to Kittle. Man, it was just bad all around. It was just bad. It was bad. Shout out to the Ravens. Shout out to the Ravens, man. Somebody said, "Shut up, George." Yeah, man. But shout out to the Ravens. They played good. They were the better team, and they the best team in football right now.
Yeah, man, I gotta agree with you. I think that my good, the bad, and the ugly. For one, so that was Jamal who told you to shut up by now. I'm looking at the chat. Jamal Mel Johnson told you to shut up. That's who told you.
Oh man.
So to be honest, man, I agree with you, man. We got our ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to the Ravens. That was an excellent game plan. Them boys did over there, man. Hats off to John Harbaugh. Bro, we can't beat the Ravens. They beat us every single time we have played these dudes for years. Like, it's crazy, bro. I mean, it was never this disgusting, though. We got our ass whipped. I think one good that I can say about the game is that we were able to really move the ball on them, though. You know?
Yeah.
We moved the ball on them from the opening possession to the end. Which leads to the bad. That was the good. The bad was the turnovers. Brock had 4 turnovers. I mean, it's disgusting, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, I think 2 of them were tips. One was a bad throw. The other one was an errant throw. Brock just had a bad day. What we forget is that this is only Brock's second year in the league. And, you know, there's a big thing. I already told you that Brock is not the MVP of our team. It's Christian McCaffrey. Our team goes as the run game goes. We should have established the run a little bit more to make them cornerbacks in that secondary not be able to bite a little bit more with the threat of the run. We came out the gate throwing the ball, which hurt us. We were able to move the ball, but when we got to the red zone, they were looking for the pass because we hadn't ran the ball. So I think that is the bad of the game. We didn't do the run game, and as far as that is the turnovers. Brock he's a young quarterback, to be honest. And Hill, you're 100% right. He had like 2 other. Listen, Baltimore defense, sound defense, sideline to sideline tackling, responding, staying true to their scheme and their matchups. Yep. So I think that they did a really good job, man. To be 100% transparent, they locked us up. I can't do nothing but take my hat off to them. The ugly, I'm gonna get to the ugly a little bit later. In our latest segment, but the bad was just the turnovers. Really, the turnovers had our defense. Our defense was stout at first. They were in the red zone and weren't scoring. They were kicking field goals. Yeah. But they kept having to be on the field because Brock kept turning the ball over. Yeah. So that really hurt us. I mean, and I'm gonna get to that, man. But
and they looked tired. They did. The defense. Tired, bro. Defense looked tired. They was out there, and I don't think they used to being out there as long either. Yeah, they used to them. Yeah,
bro,
they had a good long drives by us.
Bro, the Ravens had a good game plan, bro. They took Ayuk out of the equation. Yeah. They wanted the ball in Kittle's hand. Kittle had like 90 yards in the first half. Yeah. They wanted the ball in Kittle's hands, or they wanted us. They didn't want no screens to Debo. If you pass, they wanted passes to Debo, no screens, and you could give whatever to Kittle. That was and they had somebody over the top pause for Ayuk the whole game. Yeah. So they really locked in on that. They loosened it up, pause at the end of the game. That's how Ayuk ended up going crazy towards the end of the game because they loosened it up. He's blowing us out. Yeah. So I think the people want to hear from you, man. You're a troller, you know. So let's get into the hot takes.
hey, look, man. Everybody's asking me. Is Brock still elite? Hell yeah, Brock's still elite. Brock is still elite. So look, man, and I did my research. It's several quarterbacks elite quarterbacks in their second year that threw 4 interceptions. So Peyton Manning, the great Peyton Manning, I believe his second year he threw 20-something interceptions. So they on Brock, like why he can't be elite, he's not this, he's not that. How long did they say that about Tom Brady? They said Tom Brady was a game manager. We win this Super Bowl and keep winning. We keep winning. He's gonna shut all of them up. But I think Brock learned from this. I don't think he'll have another 4 interception game. He might, but I doubt it. I think a lot of those it just wasn't his night. And sometimes, as a former hooper myself, it's just not your night. And it just wasn't his night. It just wasn't Brock's night, man. And I still think he's elite. He could play. He's 4,000. Hey, look, we haven't had a 4,000-yard passer since Jeff Garcia. Garcia, 23 years ago. That's the last time somebody threw for 4,000 yards in a 49er uniform. So all them bums, if anybody can do it, hey, Reef, if anybody could do it, why didn't they do it? Oh, it's the system. Why didn't they do it? That's all I'm gonna say. Why didn't nobody else throw for 4,000?
So Ross, what's good, my brother? Thank you. I appreciate the troll. Thank you for joining us, bro. Yeah, man. No joke was a hooper. That's Ross right there talking. So that's your take. So while I agree with you that there were people in their second year to throw 4 picks or whatever in the game, I don't want you to ever compare Brock Purdy to Peyton Manning. Let's just
I wasn't comparing. No, I was just using that as a comparison that he can have.
Okay.
We don't know. This is his second year. How can they write him off? Cam Newton again. Cam, man, I ain't gonna get on Cam. We'll get on Cam another time. Go ahead, bro. My bad cutting you off.
No. We still on the.
Yeah. But what I was saying, man, all these guys coming at Brock, bro. Like I can't have that. That's our quarterback. You see, Debo got to respond, and then Mike Parsons coming out of nowhere. We 40, bro. He killed the Cowboys, bro. So I don't understand how the Eagles are talking. I don't understand how all these other teams are talking, and he put up 40 on them. 40. How are they still talking about our quarterback, bro? Can you explain that? How are these other fans talking and these other players talking about elite Brock?
You know what it is, though, George? It's not this is what they do. The media, they build you up to tear you the hell down. That's all it is. The media, they putting this man on the pedestal. They got this young kid in his second year telling him that he's the MVP. And the best thing I like about Brock is whatever you say, he's never going to say that. He's never going to say, yo, I'm MVP. He said it himself. Yo, I think C-Mac is the MVP of our team. He is a really humble kid, so it's not going to his head. So that's why that's the beauty of it. But the media is the ones that's going around saying that. As far as you saying that, I agree with Hakeem. What's up, my brother? Cannon. He's saying that Brock is a good. I think the same thing. I think Brock is a very good QB. He's very young. He's only his second year. He just got like damn near a full season of games under his belt. So I think he's only going to get better. Even in that game with the Ravens, you could tell like, all right, this kid, he gonna learn from this. He gonna bounce back. He just has that pedigree of who that's who he is. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he going full TO, Ross. It's no no joke. He going full TO right now. He going full TO for sure. But I think that I think Brock he's gonna be all right, man. I'm not gonna call him elite. I think he's a very good quarterback though. And he's one of the top half better quarterbacks in the league. I'm not gonna sit up there and call him top 5, top 10, whatever. He's better than the top half of the.
Hey, bro, can I ask you this? So what makes a quarterback? Can a game manager be elite? Because that's what they said about Tom Brady. So, and I had an interesting conversation with one of my boys today, and he was like, he thinks Tom Brady was a game manager for the first part of his career. He was like, he was a game manager. He was winning Super Bowls.
Yep.
Would you say that's correct?
I mean, they won in spite of Tom Brady, the first one for sure. So I think that is the case in that aspect. He was able to grow and develop into an elite quarterback.
Okay. Okay. So you can go from game manager to elite. That's possible.
Yeah, I think he was a good. I mean, I don't really like the term system or game manager for young quarterbacks because it's like, yo, they're young. He literally just came from college into the NFL with grown men, different speeds. It's different pace from college.
Mm-hmm.
I just call them like younger QBs. If you like a quarterback that's like fourth year and you still bouncing around, pause, and I'll call you like a game manager or something like that. But if you like you coming straight out, pause of college, then I would say like, all right, this kid he's young, he's learning the system, he's just becoming, who he is as a quarterback. We still got. I don't judge quarterbacks personally until their third season. So their first 2 seasons, I give them a pass personally. But then by that third season, I got to see a change because the NFL is so fast paced. Some players only get 2 years max. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So quarterbacks, I normally give them 2 years, and then by the third year, it's like, all right, I want to see a shift. Brock just took off jump because he had 4 years of starting. This kid's been starting ever since like his sophomore year of high school. He started 4 years in college, started as soon as he came to the NFL. So he has a bunch of experience. He's only going to get better. You know what I'm saying? So
does he have a chance in your eyes? Because I know you don't have him elite yet. Does he have a chance to grow into an elite quarterback?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
He does. He has the movement. He has the movement. He has the downfield throwing, the vision, the awareness, which a lot of quarterbacks don't have. The awareness kills most quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
He has all the right stuff, bro. He has the just enough arm strength. Excuse me. I think he can develop into an elite quarterback. Yeah, and also facts. Excuse me, facts. I don't want a game manager for my team, but yeah, we have one. The Jimmy is a game manager. I don't want that. But yeah, Delvin says as long as Brock has Debo, C-Mac, IU, Kittle, he'll never be considered elite by the majority. That'll always be his knock. But he's not a game manager though, bro. He's more than that, man. Jimmy Garoppolo was a game manager.
Yeah. And that's what I tell people, man. You watch Jimmy Garoppolo in our offense, 2 different offenses.
Alex Smith.
And Kyle lets Purdy take shots. He lets him take shots down the field. So I don't really think Purdy's a game manager. And I don't, like you said, man, in the media. And I don't understand Cam Newton had one good year.
But Cam Newton was a great quarterback, though.
And good year?
He had more than one.
One great year. One great year and 2 good years.
Yeah, he had a great year.
Right. 1 great year, 2 good years, and he destroying Purdy like that. What's up with him?
But his great year, 90% of quarterbacks would never touch. Pause. That's what makes him be able to say that. I mean, it's granted in it, you know what I mean? He has that kind of pedigree, so you got to be able to.
He is a hater.
So yeah. I mean, listen, I think Brock is a good quarterback. He's a young cat, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Give him some time. Let the young boy. He's not an MVP. So speaking of that, let's go to the race right now, my brother.
And let me address that last comment by Hill. He said is in between elite or trash.
He said you don't know one.
I don't know what in between is, but he's playing. If you're putting up the numbers, to me, if you look at the numbers and you look at the top quarterbacks in the league, and he's performing at that level. He's having an elite year to me. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the numbers. He's putting the numbers up. Nobody performs without everybody's saying if it was no Debo, if it was no IU, any team, any quarterback wouldn't perform without their best player. So that's all I got. We jump in there.
That's also a fact. So that's what I'm saying with most people. It's like Brock, that's what I'm saying to you. He's a very young quarterback. So the players that he is practicing with, he's used to their rhythms. He's used to how they run in and out of breaks, how they run routes. He expects certain things from them. The second that goes haywire, he hasn't gotten used to adjusting to that. He's not one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, some of the greats that are able to identify that and be able to move quickly. That separates him. It might take him time to get to that point because when Jennings is out, if Jennings was in there, a lot of them passes and plays go to Jennings. To be transparent, a lot of blocks and things like that get picked up in the run game. Jennings is our best run blocker. People say it's Ayuk, but it's really Jennings. So I can't compare like what Hakeem is saying if he's going against them. Um, I don't understand what he's saying right here, to be honest. But yeah,
Instead of getting TDs easy and quick, he's managing the game.
uh,
He's got easy
I don't agree. I
touchdowns.
don't agree with that. Yeah, I don't agree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah, what's
definitely
good,
got
bro?
easy touchdowns.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Cannon was good, bro. B Cannon. Let's get to the MVP race, man. We in there. We got a few people here. You know, the race right now, it consisted of Dak, it consisted of Tua, it consisted of Brock, it consisted of C-Mac, and it consisted of Tyreek Hill. Some people got a dark horse and Lamar Jackson. Excuse me. Some people got a dark horse and Josh Allen. What do you think is going right now?
right now, it's Lamar's to lose. I do think, and I posted in the more flowers. I had posted. I think if Tua plays great, if Tua could play great against that defense and throw 400 yards, Tua might inch his way up there to the MV in that top 3 if he can beat Baltimore next week. I'm not saying I don't know if they can, because Baltimore's defense is crazy. I don't know if Tua can get the ball out to them guys on that defense, but I think Tua can sneak in. But right now, it's clearly Lamar Jackson. He did everything. He did everything that game. He waited. He ran on us. Bro, he did everything. It was like we couldn't get him. I know you seen Fred Warner stuck. He had Fred Warner stuck. Like, yeah. Fred Warner, like, what do? I never seen Fred Warner stuck like that, man. I never seen him stuck. Like, Lamar Jackson has shown me, and I was an early Lamar hater, but everybody, Lamar Jackson has my respect. Kirk Davis, if you're watching, Lamar has my respect. He killed us. He is the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, I mean, I would give it to him. I would say Lamar's in the front. He's in the front seat right now. Pause. Only because of how he manhandled us. Pause. On Sunday, but I think that his numbers are not. So I've been a Lamar advocate. Let me just put that out there for one. Lamar has always been one of the best quarterbacks in the game to me, even when he's missed seasons and they've taken him out of the top 10. Media have taken this man out of the top 10 quarterbacks, which is absurd. But I'm a Lamar fan. Lamar's my guy. I don't think he deserves to win the MVP. I think that all of the quarterbacks' numbers this year are pretty much like slacking, kind of. My personal opinion. I think if it was ever a year to give it to a non-quarterback, that this should be the year. And I would say that one of the people I would have would be Tyreek Hill or CMC. Now, Tyreek is, of course, in and out with injuries, but if that man breaks 2,000 yards receiving, I think he should get it. C-Mac is a dark horse, but they're not going to get it because we just got smoked by Lamar. But again, I think it's Lamar's the front runner. But personally, for me, because the quarterback's years are not as great as they have been in the past, I would give it to a non-signal caller. But that's just my personal opinion. But before we move forward, we got a special guest in the building. I see him in the waiting room. No joke. I want you to do us all a favor to all the weave and introduce the special guest.
All right. Well, is he in? You about to let him in now?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to do the introduction.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man, my boy Joe Cook, man, he's doing his thing down in Mississippi as a sportscaster. He's a Norcom alumni, so I said I had to get him in on the show. Big San Fran fan. We're gonna get him in, and we're gonna talk some 49er talk with him.
Okay, there we go. Joe Cook, how you doing, my brother? Good evening.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, hey, what's up, man? Hey, look, we just was talking about the MVP, man. I'm glad you up here. How do you feel about the game?
Yeah, I was listening to what y'all was saying. Yeah, man. I mean, I agree. I mean, the MVP. I ain't gonna lie. Not even a couple weeks ago, like last week, when the Purdy stuff was really getting like a lot of attention, I'm like, CMC's my MVP, like. Because that offense runs through CMC. Like, we don't like even our record since we got him in the trade is like 20 something and like 4. Like we've won a lot of games since he came in. And to me, he makes that offense go because he's able to do so much and take the pressure off of a guy like Purdy who's still learning, still growing. So to me, he's the MVP. Like, if we lose CMC, I don't know what the offense looks like if we don't have him back there. I don't think Purdy can carry that offense without him to get that MVP consideration. But Purdy's doing his thing. Like you said, George, his numbers is up there. He's second in the league in passing. I believe second behind Dak in passing touchdowns. So you can't ignore that. But at the same time, I think we're probably maybe a year ahead of like MVP because Lamar is balling out. I mean, I don't like the Cowboys, but Dak was balling out at some point. You can make an argument for him. But of course, Lamar, what he's been doing, the way he's grown as a passer. And I was listening to the post game as well, and Nick Bosa was like, yo, like Lamar, he changed up his game for us. They were game planning for one way that they saw on tape that Lamar was playing, and then he switched it up. One thing I noticed with Lamar, like when he's running to pass now. He used to just run. His runs are setting up his pass. He's able to throw on the run more. We saw that. He completed a pass to Likely or Flowers that I thought was really good. I think converted a first down, but he ran and he made the defense move and threw the ball back the other way. And I'm like, man, Lamar is like stepped up. Purdy will get there though. I love what Purdy has done in a short period of time. He's only going to get better. I mean, he can definitely win MVP in this offense. I mean, Shanahan had Matt Ryan's best years were under Shanahan, and he won MVP. So there's no question that Purdy can win MVP, just not this year. If anything, like y'all was saying, CMC, he might be up for Offensive Player of the Year. I know Tyreek is close to that 2,000. He's missed some games. CMC Mr. Consistent. I would love to see him get Offensive Player of the Year because the guy that's tied for the league in touchdowns with Mostert. Really, he's the engine of this offense. I hope he gets something this year.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So my take from you on this game, you spoke a little bit about it. What's your opinion of the game, how that went with us and the Ravens? Good, bad, ugly.
I mean, it's one of those games, man. Like every good team has them. And the crazy thing, what it reminded me of, I think it was like last year when we played Kansas City and they blew us out. It's like one of those measuring stick games. Yes, we're good, but how good are we really when we play another team that is just as high powered as us? And we forget, it's kind of like, in some ways, playing the Ravens is almost like playing ourselves. They have two great linebackers, Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen, who's done great. So it's like Warner and Greenlaw. So we have to go against that. Their secondary is just as good as ours, if not better. I'll probably give us the edge in pass rush. But at the same time, that's a veteran group. They know that system. They've been there. So it's almost like, and we don't see that in the NFC. And I think, I think y'all were saying how Lamar's record against NFC's teams is crazy because in NFC, we don't see nothing like Lamar and a team that runs the ball as hard as we do. We don't. We don't see it a lot. So when they come over, it's like, oh, if we get to where we're supposed to get to in February, we got to see that again. So my take was one of them games, I would love to see that game without the turnovers because we outgained them offensively. We were moving the ball. You can't turn the ball over. You just can't. I mean, we could be playing Carolina. Turn the ball over 5 times, you're probably going to lose to them. I mean, it's the NFL.
Hey, listen, Joe, you just said everything I said earlier, man. So I appreciate you, my brother. We on the same page, man.
And I do feel like if we scored, my bad, I left something on the stove before I had to leave out for a second. but I'm back. But I was listening when I was upstairs and the fire alarm started going off. But I do think if we scored on that first possession, with Purdy, I think the game turns out different. I think he lost his confidence. It's like he had his head down, his body language was off. I'm just like, what? Yeah. I never seen Purdy like that before. But I think if we scored that first one to Kittle, if he makes the right read, I think the game is different. And I was going to say that earlier. But I loved everything you said. I love everything you said. Hill, who's watching.
I do want to I do want to go back. Here you go, Hill. I do want to go back to something that, and this is a topic I want to share with my two brothers in Ninerhood blood. This is the talk reef off the ledge, the Shanahan effect. Now I love Kyle Shanahan. He is my second favorite coach as an adult to ever coach the 49ers. The first is Jim Harbaugh, a personal favorite to me. The reason why I could never give him the number one is because his record lose going into the halftime down is beyond atrocious. He does not win when losing at half. He's like 3-37 or something like that. It's like
Crazy.
it's like for such an offensive mind, somebody who's so creative offensively, who like has pieces around him, he can't overcome like 3 point win, like being down three at the half, two at the half. We are losing games. Like that's the craziest thing to me ever. I'm still baffled by that, bros. Like, can y'all help me like figure this out?
Man, I've said before, it's Super Bowl or bust for me. I don't know if that's how y'all feel. Cal has to get it done this year. I'm out of excuse. I want to. If we're healthy, I think we should be in the Super Bowl. And Cal, I don't know how long we could hold on to Cal without him winning the Super Bowl. Will be like a Mike Tomlin situation. But I'm with you, bro. Cal needs to step up his game planning, and we need to start coming back in some games. I'm with you.
Yeah. In order for us to get that trophy, we got to come back. And I mean, I've been like you said that being down, it's weird. It's like his system is built to play ahead. You can't really come like I've seen enough far out of football that we're in a big game. If we're down, we can't be down no more than 2 scores. It's got to be 13 points or less because our defense should be good enough to get a stop. We should be able to go down and score. That's the way it should be. But I can't remember the last like big comeback under Shanahan since he became head coach of the 49ers, like a true like classic comeback. Like, oh man, we pulled that out. We came back, we executed down the stretch and got it done. We've had some back and forths, but nothing like, oh, we need to outscore them like in the fourth quarter 21-3, 21-10. Exactly. I haven't seen that. And with Shanahan, he's like our greatest strength and our greatest weakness sometimes. I think a lot of times, like I ain't gonna lie, I'm still tight over the Chiefs loss in the Super Bowl. I still am. Like I hold on to stuff like that for a long time because you don't know how many opportunities you're gonna get to win a Super Bowl. When you're there, there's no tomorrow. Yeah. So I don't. In that same postseason, we ran Garoppolo threw the ball 4 times against the Packers, ran all over them. We have a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. Mahomes having his worst game ever. And
we're like 7 minutes left.
We passing the ball. And I'm like, eat the clock. What are we doing? And, the rest is history. So I think it's one of those things like if Shanahan gets in that position, don't get cute. He's got so much stuff going in his mind that sometimes, less is more. Just keep it simple. If something is working, you got CMC. Give him the rock 3 times in a row. If it's working, keep going to it. Don't, all right, Purdy, we're gonna throw this thing 5-4 times after we done got nice 6, 7, 8 yard runs from CNC. It's like, what are we doing, y'all? You know what I mean? So I think he needs to just not get too cute and just get stick to what works. I mean, we're a running offense. We feed off the run. Stick to that. I think we'll be fine though. I know we got these last 2 games coming up. I think we'll be fine. I think with that veteran group and those leaders, I think they'll be good. I think the big thing, we got to get that 1 seed to get that bye so we can be at full strength. We have Eric Armstead. He hasn't been on that line in a couple weeks. Hargrave just got back from injury, even though he had a sack. So we got to get healthier. That O-line needs to get healthier. I know Trent Williams is gimpy. Like, I feel like if we're at 100%, we done seen all the film. We seen the tendencies of what we do and don't do best. Let's go out here and ball, man, and win this thing because it's winnable. NFC, don't nobody scare me. AFC is just the Ravens. I don't know if anyone can beat the. You got the Bills over there, but Josh Allen, he gonna throw us the ball like 2-3 times if they make it past the Ravens or something like that. Mahomes and them, they're having a down year. I don't think they're gonna make it out. I think we saw a Super Bowl preview. I would love to see these two teams again, neutral field at full strength, no turnovers, and let's see what happens.
So I agree with you with what you said about that as well. My main thing is that I can't trust Cal, and to piggyback on what both of you guys said, I can't really trust Cal until I've seen him be able to overcome being down 7 points going into the fourth. Not even 13. I want to see him overcome being down 7 goddamn points going into the fourth, and that let me know, all right, this guy has finally figured, like, as creative he is, he's not creative when it comes to being down points. That's just like it's the scariest thing for me, bro, because we're going to be going up against the fucking AFC in the Super Bowl. Like, we're going to face Lamar. We're going to face Mahomes. We're going to face Josh Allen. Like, we can run through the NFC. We lost to the Browns. We lost to the Bengals when they had Joe Burrow, and we just got smoked by fucking Lamar. We didn't even play Josh Allen yet. The last time we played Josh Allen, they smoked us. I think that was the COVID year or something like that. But Josh Allen smoked us. So, I mean, that's my biggest thing for him. Last time we was in the Super Bowl, like you said, they came back on us, being up 10 with like 7 minutes to go. And like we had no answer. And so I just think that I gotta see some adjustment from Cal with that. I love Cal. I think he's a great coach. I'm not saying I want to. I just want him to be able to figure that out. And I know that's something that's probably that he's trying to figure out himself. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows that's the stigma that's gonna be associated with him.
And to piggyback off of y'all, I wanted to ask y'all a question. How long do we stick with Cal? Now, if we don't win the Super Bowl, how long do we stick with him?
Bro, who else?
We get Super Bowl or bust.
Look, we with that roster, and that system, we stick with them because I think the saving grace for Kyle, to your point, Brock Purdy. He's cheap and he's young. We don't have to pay him for another 2-3 years, so we might be able to get away with extending Ayuk. I think he might leave. I don't know if we can afford. I don't know if we'll be able to afford a new deal for him. That's the one player I'm like, man, we may have to let him go. But
bro, we can't.
I think Purdy, because 7th round draft pick, we don't have to pay him really for another 2-3 years, and by that time, we may see enough body of work from Brock Purdy where it's like, oh, maybe this year was that one good year. I mean, we don't know. We hope he's going to be, MVP caliber quarterback for sure. But I think with Kyle, it's more of a situation where we have an extended window to win a Super Bowl. If we don't win it this year, of course, we're going to be disappointed, but it's like we're always going to be in the hunt because we got the cap space to go get guys like a Javon Hargrave, like we just did. We paid Nick. There's some other guys that probably want extensions and stuff like that. And Purdy allows us cap space to go out and make moves or keep guys. So I think that window extends for him. So what's this, 24? Maybe by 27, maybe we're having that conversation if we haven't won the Super Bowl. But if we're getting to like NFC championship games like we've been in, maybe get to a Super Bowl, I mean, I don't know who else is on the market that can come in and keep us at this level or get us over the hump, at least right now. I mean, Sean Payton, we see what he's struggling over there in Denver.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know who else is chilling at home, or like if Mike Tomlin, if they let him go and he's available, do we go for Mike Tomlin? I don't know. Like, I'd rather stick with Shanahan until the Purdy thing kind of plays out because he's a perfect fit for his system. CMC still healthy. Let's ride that till the wheels fall off, and then we'll see. We should be able to get one Super Bowl by the time we have to pay Purdy. We got to get one.
Bro, we need to get this year.
I need one too, bro.
Yeah, bro. We need to win this fucking year.
Yeah. We do.
We need this one, man. I just feel like now I'm probably a little bit overboard saying fire, but I still think this is a Super Bowl bust year because even though we're young, but the windows, like you said earlier, that window is not open that long in football. It's open, but it closes. It closes quick. So I'm just like, oh yes, I won a Super Bowl this year. I wouldn't say fire Cal, But
Right.
man, people need to start saying, "All right, Cal." Like,
the window.
all right,
only,
Cal.
listen, the window only open as long as we win a goddamn Super Bowl. We win the Super Bowl, then you start talking about dynasties. You don't win the Super Bowl, then you start getting rumblings. And you start getting weak and all of that. Like, nah, I know we lost to the Vikings, by the way, Hill. Let's move this along real quick while we got you on here, Joe. Let's get one last final joint in here with you. NFC, we're number one in the NFC right now. Our remaining schedule, where you got us going? We got Washington, then we got the Rams.
We should still be the number one seed. I ain't gonna lie though, them Rams, man, them Rams is balling. I ain't gonna lie. I think that game is gonna probably determine if we get the one seed and if they clinch playoff spot. Like, that's gonna be a crazy game. I would love for us to like win this week, and Dallas. I think Dallas has to beat Detroit, and Philly has to lose for us to clinch the one seed outright. I would love for that to happen so we can kind of chill with the Rams. But that Rams game, I think that's gonna be one of them ones. And it usually is at the end of the year with the Rams. Like, they're balling right now. Washington, we should be straight. I know we'll be. I think we're at home. We should be at home. Yeah, I think we're at home. We should be fine. But we should have the number one seed. I mean, we need that number one seed. But that game against the Rams, that's going to be the one, because they're going to be desperate trying to get in, and we're going to be desperate for that one seed. So it's going to be like, a couple years ago when we played them, 3 games, that 1 year in the NFC Championship. And like you were saying, George, like that, our window, it's crazy how our window has been open really since 2019. But just a few plays, like Tart dropping that interception.
Oh my
we
God.
beat the Bengals that year. We beat the Bengals that year if we go. It's just one or two plays. We had an injury riddle 2020 year. So it's like, now we back in it. So it's like, all right, this is it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you said, we should win this year. But I'm like you said, the window was open where it's like, okay, if we win this year, next year, repeat, you know what I mean? Or 2 out of 3 years, something like that. But we got to get over the hump, and Shanahan does too, because to your other point, I think it's pressure with him. Can't come back, we need to come back in the fourth quarter, and he got so much stuff going in his head, so many plays and setups that he kind of freaks himself out. So it's kind of like it plays on his mind too. It has to. I think he was a coordinator the year Brady came back in the Super Bowl. 28-3. He was a coordinator then. He was like, you can't come up with nothing to get a field goal to win it. They get a field goal in the fourth quarter. Julio got a ring. And I'm like, so like all that. So it's like, Kyle, you got to get the monkey off your back, baby. You got to get one of these.
And bro, that's how I'm feeling, bro. And by the way, I will be in Washington this weekend for the game. I'll be at the game in Washington, so I might have to pull Brock to the side and say, "Hey, look, Brock, we don't need that bullshit today. We don't need that today, Brock. So I got us, fellas. I ain't gonna let them throw no picks in Washington."
Listen, hell, it's not y'all. I'm not firing Cal Shanahan. I don't care what they talk about.
I'm firing Cal. We ain't firing them. We ain't firing them. We're just saying somebody needs to remind them, like, yo, come on, Cal. You've been here 10 years now. He's been there almost 10 years.
Nah, he got there in 2017.
2017? So what? He's been there 6,
I think the year after that Super Bowl, I think that's when he became the head coach. I want to say.
Yeah. So he's been over 6 years, right? 6 years, about 6.
Yeah, he's been there for
Yeah.
So,
been there for a while.
So we good, man. We gonna be good. We're gonna be good, man. We just gotta find a way to win these games, man. Like I said,
you got us beating the Rams.
We gonna have to. It's not even that I got it. We got to. I think that's gonna determine the number one seed. So we got to. I hate for us to like. I don't even want us to like lose. We get the number one seed and we go like with a sour taste in our mouth. Like, gotta get momentum. You know what I'm saying? Going to the postseason. Everybody feeling good, everybody get right, we get back to work. Because if, like, say we beat Washington, lose to the Rams, and then we don't get the one seed, then we, like, number 2, then it's like, damn, we got to play the next week. We're going to be at home, but it's like, we need that one seed so we can get right, we can get healthy. That O-line needs a break, you know what I mean? We've been shuffling that O-line, and I think that's another thing. Like, I know Brock has had his issues, but we gotta get that old line straight. Trent gotta get like 1 week healthier. We get healthy. You can bring Baltimore back. You know, we can run that back. You know what I mean? We gotta get healthy, get right. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good.
And I'm tired of that. Hey Joe, I'm tired of this too. I'm tired of that. If we're healthy in the playoffs, are y'all tired of that? I'm getting tired of this. If we're healthy in the playoffs, it's like every year, somebody's like every year we're hurt, and people say it's every team, but I feel like with us, we always losing a key player every year. It just feels like that.
Yeah, that's why that 1 seed is so important, because I think in them other years, I don't think we've had a 1 seed in a minute. I think even the year we went to the Super Bowl, I think
we had the one that year.
Yeah, the one. Yeah. And I think your chances are drastically higher if you the number 1 seed.
Correct. Yep. You gotta win 2 games to go to the ship. Just 2.
Yep.
Win 2 at home and you win that.
Hey Ross, we ain't gonna have no choice. We get to the Super Bowl. We're gonna have to play the Ravens.
Yeah.
And that's cool. Because we owe them for 2012 anyway.
Yeah.
Yo, Greg Roman crazy yourself running the same plays in the red zone. I didn't understand that. I'm still so hot on that. Frank Gore can't get a touch. Can't get a touch. Like, come on, man.
That was the crazy
thing. Run the
ball.
ball.
That was Crabtree in the back of the end zone.
That was the game I thought
last joint.
I thought we should have won that game. I thought we was the better team than the Ravens. I felt we should have won that game that year, that Super Bowl. But I mean, listen, I welcome it back. I think Brock is a young quarterback. I don't think he's gonna make them same mistakes we played the Ravens. I think he's gonna be more dialed in. Juwan Jennings gonna be back out there. Armstead gonna be out there, God willing. Trent is gonna, the line is gonna form together. I think we'll be good. We play them again, but I think that Cal got to show it, man. I mean, listen, I don't have nothing else for you, Joe, my brother, but I appreciate you.
Okay.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, man.
Hey, look, man, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you just dropping in, man. I know you got a busy schedule. Man. And you down there doing your thing in Mississippi, man. I tell people you're gonna be the next big Stephen A. going up.
I'm trying, man. I appreciate the invite, man. Y'all caught me in between shows, but I was able to work some stuff around. But I appreciate it, man. Especially we talking Niners, man.
Bro.
Yeah,
and we'll invite you back,
man. Anytime.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, anytime, man. I love to talk about my Niners, man. So yeah, we can definitely get it in, man. So y'all keep doing what y'all do, man. Appreciate y'all invite me on, and hey, bang bang Niner gang, man. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. All right, brother.
All right, y'all be good. Appreciate you.
All right, bro. We down to the finish line, man. We got you know what time it is, man. It's power rankings time, man. What you got?
And man, I'm apologize for the little fire I had going on up there. I know y'all heard. You heard it.
The person I wanted, pause, finally got on here. D Bank.
He made an appearance.
Yeah, D Bank made an appearance. He waited till after the game was over to flex his muscles and shit after the game, you know.
What's up, Nate? Yeah, man. But yeah, man, and he made it just in time for my rankings. And I'm gonna start from the bottom like you did last. Well, you usually do. I always start from the top, but I'll start from the bottom today. Sure. I got the Rams. I have Kansas City, Dallas, Philly, Cleveland, Miami, Detroit. Then I have Buffalo, San Fran, and Baltimore.
Damn.
I had to put. I think Buffalo, and I'll explain this, man. I've told you, I had Buffalo. It was either Buffalo or the Jets. After A-Rod went down, I still owe Hill $50. I think he forgot, but I owe him $50. I bet the Jets was gonna go to the. I bet him he was gonna go to the Super Bowl. It was gonna be the Jets and the Niners. But after that, I had Buffalo. So I think Buffalo is gonna be up there. Buffalo and Baltimore, in that final two over there in the AFC. Miami, I still don't trust Miami like I trust. I think Buffalo is still better than Miami. I think that's why, even though the record is Miami's record is better, I still got Buffalo. Dallas and Philly, they okay. I think Philly's still inching by. Dallas lost to Miami. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Kansas City, man, their receivers can't catch it. They can't catch anything. Mahomes crying every time I look. He crying about something. The Rams been hot. The Rams snuck in there in my 10 because the Rams been hot lately. Stafford, everybody always talks about Stafford this, Stafford that, but I think Stafford can throw the ball, man. He can make plays. So yeah, I know somebody said Buffalo seriously, but I just got Buffalo. I got Buffalo. It's gonna be Buffalo and Baltimore in the AFC Championship game. That's who I have. I'm sorry, but
listen, bro. Our power rank is damn near identical, bro. At 10 for me, I got Kansas City. They got smoked, but they got embarrassed by the Raiders. The Raiders didn't even pass the ball, and he didn't complete a pass after the first quarter. Yeah, and they still won because Patrick Mahomes receivers couldn't catch the ball. They have all kind of penalties. Pacheco got kicked in his head with his helmet off. That game was a mess, and they was home. They got embarrassed. I got Kansas City at 10, man. They just looking bad. The Rams, I got the Rams at 9. I think the Rams are solid. They snuck up into the top 10, bro. Them boys is balling. People thought they was going to win like 3. I thought they was going to be trash this year.
Me too. Me too.
And now we concerned about if we going to beat them to get the top seed.
And then mess around and be a number 2 seed and have to play them in the wild. I don't want to. Now that's a team I don't want to play.
Listen,
being that 2 seed, I don't want to play the Rams. And that's just because of our history. And we know each other. That game could go either way, no matter.
We gotta beat the Rams, bro. Yeah, I got them at 9. At 8, I got Philly. Philly barely beat the Giants. Like, Jalen Hurts threw a fucking 76-yard pick 6.
Yeah.
Like, against the Giants, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a division game, but yo, bro, Jalen Hurts has thrown 1 touchdown pass in like 4 games. That was his first touchdown pass in 4 games. It's crazy, bro. I got them at 8. At 7, I got Dallas. I think Dallas, I dropped them only because I think Dallas is still solid. They played a good game against Miami. I just think that the loss against Miami and just them on the road, yo, that's like the biggest thing. They don't win on the road. Like, they point differential is crazy from home to the road. At home, they just they smacking teams, but on the road, they just always lose. I can't put them high because they keep losing on the road. But I thought they played a good game against Miami, though. That was a very entertaining game. From what I saw, I wasn't feeling good over the weekend, so I fell asleep. I missed a big portion of the game. I went to sleep. CeeDee Lamb had fucking 90 yards in the first quarter. I wake up, CeeDee Lamb got 90 yards in the fourth quarter. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I had to go look at the highlights and try to do a quick recap of the game. I don't know what happened in their game plan. That was just crazy to me. At 6, I got Cleveland. Cleveland just beat they just beat the Texans, but I mean, man, number 1 defense in the league, man. You know what I mean? To be honest, between them and the teams we got above, but I mean, they dominant, bro. You know what I mean? They had some tough losses. They lost to Seattle and they lost to the Rams too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I got them at 6 right now because they showing improvement. At 5, I got Miami. They finally beat a team with a winning record. So I'm gonna give them some respect in that regard. With no Jalen Waddle, they won the game last week. They won the game. No Tyreek Hill. It was against the Jets, but they still won. At 4, I got who's that said that? To catch up on. I don't know. I can't see what that is. I left the Facebook chat, so I can't see it. At 4 though, I got Detroit. Man, listen, man. I salute them boys, man. All Detroit. If y'all Detroit fan, man, I salute y'all. Y'all had some painful ass years. Y'all boys is y'all clinched y'all division for the first time in 30 years. Salute to Dan Campbell, man. Salute to what he putting on over there. Happy for y'all boys. Y'all good in the dome. That's gonna be a good game between them and Dallas. I got Dallas winning, but that's gonna be a good game between them and Dallas coming up. At 3, just like you, bro, I got Buffalo. Buffalo is not a team you really want to play right now, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. They barely lost to Philly. They should have won the game. But they lost. A loss is a loss, and they just beat Kansas City. They beat Kansas. They won a 3-game winning streak. So I got them. It's not a team you really want to play now that they learn how to establish the run a little bit.
And they getting healthy too.
Yeah, and they getting healthy. At two, I got us. I got San Fran. I still think we're a really good team. That loss, that ass whooping last week was humbling. I think that we got to come back to the drawing board over everything we said. Number one, man, I got Baltimore, man. You know what I mean? D-Bake, I got your fucking squad, man. You know what I mean? I know you wanted to bet me. I don't bet on my team. And if I would have lost this bet, that I would have been super crazy, superstitious wise, because I don't bet on my team because every time I bet, we lose. But I got Baltimore, man. Offense, them boys is no joke. Defense, them boys is no joke. Best defense we played against. I thought Cleveland was a good defense, but we played them in the rain without our starters. This time we had all of our starters except for Jawan Jennings, but our main focal points, who we always win with, we got blown out with them, like blown out. You know what I'm saying? So I got to salute Baltimore and what Harbaugh and Lamar's out there doing and be more. So I respect them. So I got Baltimore number one. Next one is the last thing, man. Headed to the district. We headed to the district. I know you're gonna be in the game. You're gonna be in the building. Now let's predict what you got.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna be in the building, man, and this should be an easy one. The Redskins, the Commanders. I'm sorry, the Commanders are reeling right now. They don't know which way they want to go. They got Magic in the up there in the box. They don't know what they doing. We should be able to beat them. They don't know who their quarterback is. It will be sad if we lost to them. I don't think it shouldn't be close. The only thing that scares me, our offensive line, we lost like 2-3 offensive linemen. Will Trenton them play? But it shouldn't matter. We should beat them with our second string quarterback. We should get the win going into Washington. So I will be there. I'll be rooting Purdy on. Hopefully I can kind of you know what I'm saying? Hey Purdy, look. Come on, tighten up, man. Look, I'm rooting for you, elite. but yeah, I think it's not close. I go with 33-10.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna have Jacoby Brissett starting, I believe, over Howard, man. Howard been playing bad. I think I got us winning again. 35-9, 35-10 as well. If Brissett is back there, I might give him 14. If Howard's back there, we might leave him on 7. If Howard starts, Howard plays bad. He looked bad. I'm not gonna lie. Their offensive line is horrible. So that's the biggest issue with them. But yeah, I got us winning comfortably and being able to prepare for the Rams, which is gonna be the big showdown. So I got us winning also.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. So that concludes episode. We was on 57 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good show though, man. Like I said, I apologize. I almost burned my house down doing the set. I apologize, y'all. If y'all heard that beeping going on, that was me. I had to go to the garage. It's stinking here, but look, I'm still talking 49ers, man. And I answered y'all. I was here today.
I appreciate you, bro. Take care
all right, bro. See you next week.
All right, see you. Thank y'all. All right.